Here I am. And no, I'm not advertising it, so you probably only see it after the fact, maybe, unless you know me and uh, you decide you want to join in or whatever. So welcome. I'm going to attempt here. Let's actually uh there, open that and that. Let's see here. Within the boundaries of the Gnome Kingdom, Max finds Scarlet Red Clover and pulls her out of hiding. Max is ready to go to conscript the werewolves from their village into his service due to her history with them. Okay, so I don't really even know how to kind of go about this. I mean, I know how to draw stuff and how to write. I can write a word and blah 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 and do all that kind of stuff. But uh, actually, let's put a welcome here in the chat. So today, even if I don't get anything done, and I only got till 1 o'clock, so that's now an hour and 20 minutes from now. Um, I'm gonna attempt to, I don't know, do some kind of visual brainstorming, I guess. Uh, so we know that Max needs to convince or coerce Red into going to the werewolf village. So how do I do that? And what do I do brainstorm wise? I don't know how to do. I don't, no, I don't know how to do this stuff really. So the main reason I'm doing it is because people get bored of text, and some people are getting tired of me using too much AI. So we are going to try. We're going to try. Um, let's see here. I don't even know where to start, honestly. Here, let's I know it's just still the same thing as words, but I'm gonna write the words out so at least there's something a little bit more interesting on the screen, anyways. So we are gonna let's see, threaten. I can write. Is that with an E? Is that right? Threaten. Threaten with an E. I don't know. I don't know if I got spelled that right. Uh, you're gonna maybe bribe. Let's see what else. You're going to nostalgia bait. Nostalgia. Nostalgia. Uh, threaten, bribe, nostalgia. Um, I don't know how to say this. Uh, appeal, appeal to her. She liked him at some point, so I don't know, romanticism. I don't know if that's the right word for it though. Well, I can write it though, because I can't find a better term for it this second. The is, oh, is, okay. So you can threaten her, you can try to bribe her, you can appeal to nostalgic, like the way things used to be. You can appeal to romanticism, like I know you used to like me, you used to do anything for me, blah blah blah. What else? What else can we think of? Ways you actually coerce or convince somebody to help you. Maybe you can use. Um, it's not. It's not a word to describe it, but maybe you can use her dislike of Violet. I'll say rivalry, I guess. So, um, think of it like this: Max. Um, and actually, I should probably try. Should write something up there, but I wonder if you can. This isn't an actual paint program or anything, but I wonder if you can like draw a selection around everything and like move it down. I think you have to do it the Blender way though, so I'm not really sure. Okay, that's one thing I have to look online for, the AI will probably pop up, but that doesn't mean I have to use AI for a lot of stuff. So let's just go ahead and say, how do I cut and paste um, drawing in Blender grease pencil 4.4. I know I'm still using 4.4, but I'll change it later. Hmm. So I have to go into edit mode. Yeah. Mode. Since this is a paint program, you create strokes, but to manipulate, select, or edit individual pointer segments, you need edit mode. Design allows precise control of their align. Okay, that's fine. All right, all right, all right. So, yeah, I don't even know how to think of it just because I don't use this very often, and Blender has its own way of doing stuff. So let's just go ahead and we're gonna go into. I know there's a shortcut, but we're just gonna do it this way: is edit mode, and we can copy all these. Oh wait, what test is still there? That's interesting. Uh, Wait a second. Let's go back into draw mode. Okay. Uh, I need to check that out too. Just give me a sec here. As I get used to using it for drawing. Uh, Honestly, I suppose it'd be better to use a proper, sketching program or a photo editor or whatever, like using like a GIMP or Krita or something. But okay, okay. So when I went into who's trying to talk to me here? Hey, Bob, draw your brother on grease pencil. Maybe, maybe not. Into edit mode. Some old strokes showed up. I thought the eraser tool simply removed strokes, but it appears to have only made them invisible unless you're outside of draw mode. I mean, I can delete those in edit mode, but I have onion skin turned off, so it is on the current frame. I typed in test when I switched to a new frame that generated an auto keyframe, and then I erased that I typed in. I didn't type in test. I drew. Let's say I drew in, wrote in the word test. It still remains in edit mode. That's not very useful, especially when you really just want to automatically remove something. You have to go into edit mode to actually get rid of it. Question mark. Why not Krita though? Grease pencil is great, but when it comes to it comes with the complexity of Blender. Yeah, no, what, yeah, Krita would be better for sure, but for one thing, I'm gonna be animating in Grease Pencil when I actually get to uh, it, and I don't know. I do my video editing in Blender. I'd probably make the game in Blender if I could do that. That's the reason. That's partly the reason I'm using Redot and not Blender itself, right? Because Blender Game Engine is gone unless you use whatever UP BGE or whatever. Or I was looking at Armory for a while, and they just weren't quite up to the level of whatever I needed at the time. So I kind of held back on that. I mean, I guess it could, but when you try to learn Blender because it does all this stuff, and then if you use a different program, then you know, I could also use a lot better editors, and there are a bunch of free editors that I can use too. And I use Blender also, partly because they're only improving it. So um, yeah, I mean, I might do that. I might get Krita. That would be an idea. In tool settings, set the erase mode to stroke. This deletes entire strokes with a single click rather than erasing point by point. Oh. Stroke eraser. All right, let me see something here. Where is that's the eraser tool. Uh, Stroke. Let's go back into draw mode, and then let's go to eraser mode. Let's remove that. Okay, and remove just literally removed it. Okay, but if I go back into draw mode or edit mode, it might still be there. It's still there? Actually, no, it's not still there. That's actually kind of interesting. Okay. Well, let me try something else here. Okay, let's go back to draw mode. I have to learn how to use this. Uh, Make sure we're in draw. Do something. Then, okay. So now when I go back into edit mode, it's still there. Huh. Let me do one more thing. Let's go back into draw mode. And let's do um let me do oh, let's go actual eraser mode here. Let's click point. That. Now, let's go into edit mode. Or yeah, edit mode. Oh, okay. That's actually what I wanted. Okay, but now I have to somehow I have to assign the eraser from the stylus to do that same thing. Draw mode. Yeah, I don't know what because this is actually means that point mode is turned on. Okay, let's go back over to that. And okay, let's go back into edit mode. Okay, let's go back into draw mode. I just want to see what it's doing. I'll delete it afterwards. So apologize for me just learning how to use grease pencil. That's good. For some reason, Hexchat sometimes like removes like whole lines for some reason. I'm not sure. Better than Caden Live, in my opinion. More straightforward. Oh yeah. Um. Well, I do plan on switching to 5 for sure. So it's just I don't know. I have this on here. What I have to do is I have to download 5. I have to put it on, and then I have to go back to the thing with the launcher or whatever. It's a weird thing. Like you can just do a shortcut in Windows. It's just like pretty instant and quick, you know. But you have to do a launcher and you have to do this whole rigmarole for in Linux, which is just weird to me. But whatever. Yeah. I'm planning on upgrading to 5. I just gotta find the time to do it. So I'll do it pretty soon though. Anyways, all right. So there's this, and I don't know if the okay. let's see something here. Then I have to go back in and do another search here. Well, really, I'm using the Leo. So sorry, Bomb. I'm using AI again. Of course, it's not for story stuff. This is for actually how to use stuff. Um, it works fine on point mode as well. So for some reason, unless you have those buttons turned on, point, dissolve, stroke, then they don't erase the stroke completely. However, now that I figured out how to do that, I am actually setting the eraser tool to erase rather than when I turn my stylus over. Where are the settings for the stylus eraser? AI for interactive how-to tutorial is fine, I guess, unless it's brain surgery or something. Yeah, yeah. Stylus eraser tip should automatically switch to erase tool in Blender 4.4 when using tablet. It's not working with issues likely tablet driver settings or Blender's input configuration. Edit preferences, key map, grease pencil brush stroke. And tool settings. Find the erase, click the brush drop down and set your preferred mode. Tablet settings. I'm in limits. My tablet is a Wacom into those 3, so we all might have something to do with it, but it does not seem to directly switch to the eraser tool, like when I select it on the toolbar. Hmm. Huh, interesting. Didn't realize that. I was trying a shortcut to the erase tool in Blender's key map. Use a tablet button or a keyboard shortcut to toggle it. Huh, I know that. Um, hmm. I wonder something. Is that right? So graphics tablet settings. Arg. Darn it. So I may actually need a new tablet is set to absolute. Buttons. Send keystroke. Hmm. That's interesting. Oh, I see. Or disable default. Middle mouse button, right mouse button. Tablet. Oh, okay, forget that. Map buttons. So what does it do? Switch monitor or show on-screen help. Uh, what is the shortcut to switch to the eraser tool? Hmm. Eh. So I'm being I'm being stumped by the fact that I have an old graphics tablet. Hmm. Edit preferences. What do I want? I'm not sure what to look for here. Let's see something here. Where is the deal? Grease pencil. Paint mode. Interpolate sequence. So grease pencil box erase. Huh. To be able to map one of the tablet buttons um to the erase tool. Um, Shortcut Shift Spacebar or 2. Okay, actually, it's actually showing me which one. Okay, let's do that then. I'm not sure what button. Uh, let's do something here. Actually, I'll leave that. What if I do something like Alt F? No. Okay, what about Control O for open so that so I can see what button 0 corresponds to. So let's send keystroke Control O. Oh, I see. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Data shortcut. Choose send keystroke action. Press the keyboard shortcut button. Hold down the new keys or press backspace. Oh. So, all right. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, but oh, Control O. Did that work? I don't know if that worked. Let's try it. See what happens. No, that didn't happen. Press the keyboard shortcut button. Oh, have it show on screen help. Close. I can't even do that there, huh? Man. Shortcut. Choose the send keystroke action. Press the keyboard shortcut button and hold down the new keys or press backspace to clear. All right. Fine. Terminal. Terminal it is. Terminal it is. That's dumb, but whatever. Accept Wacom list devices. Okay. Map button, button 1 to control. Pad. Key control. Oh, and then I have to save it in the script. Goodness gracious. What a pain. The eraser tool. Okay, so if I hit 2, shift spacebar. Spacebar 2. That isn't it either. Why does it say that then? Shift 2. Spacebar. How come? 2, 3. Okay, let's try the numpad. 2. Oh. I forgot what to do here. To here, I think. All right. Shift spacebar does not work for that though. Oh, I want to do that. Okay. Actually, let's do something here. Let's do dissolve here. Now let's go back into edit mode. Ah, so dissolve is purely visual. If I switch it back to point, then I go back into edit. Oh, go back into edit mode, right? I can and just delete it, delete it. Delete. Okay, that's all right. Let's go back to draw mode. This is such a pain. I'm trying to get it to actually switch to eraser mode, and I don't know. How come that's the shortcut when that's not actually the shortcut, though? That's what I want to know. Shortcut. When I hover over the eraser tool, it says shortcut shift space bar, comma 2. But if I do shift space bar, it opens up some sort of brush selection window. If I hit 2, it does nothing. And hitting numpad to actually changes camera view. Not a direct eraser shortcut. Opens the tool pie menu. It's not showing a pie menu though. It's showing a regular pop-up linear horizontal menu. Menu bar. Not practical. Assign tablet button to eraser. You press Control on the keyboard to activate eraser momentarily when you need it. Control. All right. Why don't I try Control? Let's go back in here. Let's go back. Let's actually go back to this. Here. Let's draw something right there. Control. I see. But I'll tell you what. If I go into edit mode, it's still there because there's a thing for setting it. In other words, see, it didn't erase the stroke, right? It just masked it from the frame. I needed to erase it, so in order to do that in draw mode, I have to switch to the tool, and then I can just, erase. In fact, I can probably go into edit mode, and it'll probably be gone right now. So if I go into edit mode, it's actually gone. In fact, it actually erased it, even though I couldn't see it. So this is the problem I'm having. Because I don't mind if there's a well, if I have to make a keyboard shortcut, I'll make a keyboard shortcut, I guess. Here, let me open a new. I'm gonna open a new tab, a new question here. Uh, how do I select the actual eraser tool? Because basically hitting control does the same thing as flipping over my stylus to the eraser. So it switches that. So obviously it's doing a separate thing than just switching to the eraser tool. It's switching to its own eraser, and I don't know where in preferences that could be even. Let's ask us something else. Let's I could just go into, maybe I'll go into Grok. Let's go into Grok. I'm using Blender for use Exzel. If I use the eraser, um, I'm also on Linux Mint and using an old Wacom Intuos 3 graphics tablet. Whenever I use the eraser, the other end of the stylus, it will merely erase it visibly, but when I go into edit mode, strokes are not gone. If I go into the actual eraser tool, second option down on the toolbar, I can set it to dissolve, stroke. What's the third option? Oh, dissolve, point, or stroke. Point or stroke. If I switch to dissolve, it acts like I'm using the stylus eraser. Eraser. It just looks weird to me. If I switch to dissolve, it acts like I'm using where it only visibly erases the strokes. However, if I switch it to point, then it actually will remove the stroke. Problem is, I have to switch to that every time to erase. I'm trying to figure out how to do it via my stylus and tablet. Either there's a separate is there a way? Let's do it like that. Maybe it'll come up with a way. Okay. Let's see what it says. Shoot, I only have half an hour left till my break is over, and I didn't get a thing done today, or so far in this part. Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. It might say there's not a way either, but at least I got like a second opinion, so to speak. And Grok is using the internet. It's actually searching the web. Actually, that's what I like about Brave Leo as well. It's not just a chat thing based on whatever it's trained on. It's actually using quick erase function in grease pencil draw mode, which defaults to dissolve. To make it use point mode instead, which deletes points and removes the strokes as desired, without manually switching to eraser tool each time. Switch to the draw tool in the editor pencil icon. Yep. Open the properties editor. Go to the active tool tab in the right sidebar. Scroll down to tool settings and find the eraser subject section. Choose erase point eraser depending on your exact version labeling. Okay, good. I could have probably done this with Brave Leo as well. It's just I had to reframe the question properly. Okay, so let's close that. We're gonna close that for right now, and we're gonna go here to. Okay, so n. Uh, and first select the pencil. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay, so these switch. Okay. Eraser. Default eraser brush. Soft hard. Oh, that's the eraser brush. Okay. Uh, we'll see if I don't know if I hit N here. N is actually bringing up the transform tool. Oh, down here, tool. Okay, there we go. Eraser settings. Soft hard. Oh, maybe it's the hard setting. I mean, I didn't even need to actually do active tool. Okay, okay, I get it. It's still a little something interesting. Shoot the right sidebar for the brush is already open. And when I open eraser, there are 3 different settings: soft and hard, and what's that? What's the other setting? Uh, the other setting. Oh, pencil, and then pencil, which I think presumably means it does pencil mode in eraser as well. So I guess I want to switch to hard, or does that mean that? Because I don't see the setting for point like with the actual eraser tool. Why does it have to have 2 different deals? Dang it, I hate doing this stupid thing. Yes, the hard eraser brush is what you want to select if you're aiming for the behavior where the eraser tip of the stylus actually deletes points like the point mode. Explanation. Soft gradually reduces opacity a bit of thickness. Dissolve mode. No, hard strongly reduces, behaves more like a real eraser, close to point mode. Yes, deletes points and removes parts of the stroke. Okay. Same setting, but in erase mode, so it can be hard or soft depending on what brush you had selected before. Oh. No, unless your draw brush is set very aggressive. Okay. Okay, let's try it. Hmm. Nice, nice. 13 settings instead of like 3 or whatever, or whatever, whatever it is. Whatever it is, I'll take a look at uh for this response. I'll um I'll look at 5 today, maybe sometime. What not when I'm actually on stream or whatever. I'll wait till then. Okay, so let's go to eraser. And since we're in the paint mode, let's go to eraser hard. Okay, and then we'll just try it. I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But if it works correctly, then okay. Let's see if it works first. So first, blah 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 blah. Okay. Secondly, that like that. Now, let's go into edit mode, and it works, and that works fine. Let's go back to draw mode. Okay. Okay, good deal, good deal. Okay, thanks. Eraser hard works. Okay, so how do I make permanent? Or will it stay until okay, so is that permanent, or do I need to do some need to save it somehow? Not fully permanent. Across every new Blender session or file by default, depends on your Blender version. The eraser brush choice hard is stored per active tool per blend file. Usually persists as long as you stay in the same file and don't switch tools in a way that resets it. However, when you close and reopen Blender, start a completely new file, create a new scene in the same file, or sometimes reset tool, it often reverts. How to make the hard persistent default? Here are the most reliable ways, from easiest to most set it and forget it. Quick profile workaround: just reselect hard, and every time you open the file, it only takes a few seconds. Okay. Save as your startup file makes it global for a new file in session. Open a fresh Blender file. So this is a draw tool in the right. Select hard as the eraser brush. Optionally tweak other defaults. Go to File, Defaults, Save Startup File. Every new Blender launch or new file starts with hard as the stylus eraser default. Note this affects all new files globally, so if you use different setups for different projects, you might want to save project templates instead. Yeah. I get that. In fact, I have a template for my video editing stuff that I save and I use it each time. Even brush assets. In your version, brushes are assets. You can mark your preferred hard setup as favorite or a custom asset in your library. But for simple stylus eraser switching, okay. So we're gonna try this two things here. I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna restart it. I'll probably be using what's that? Oh, yeah. That I get it. I okay. Anyways, I'll probably be like you said, using 5 here pretty soon. We're gonna say a new 2D animation first. I'm gonna go to eraser and I'm gonna say hard. Oh, whoa. Oh no, wait a second. That's interesting. It doesn't have the hard setting. What? That's so weird. I wonder how come it doesn't? Default eraser brush. So just a point. Eraser hard. Okay. Back here. Ah, now it's there. Okay, so I have to, all right. I just didn't want to write anything on here for the default. And then, let's see something. Save startup file. Overwrite. Yes. Okay, now let's go ahead and open recent. Let's open this one. Don't save. Okay, it's all right. Now, eraser is set to hard. All right. That. Then if I go into edit mode, let's go back into draw mode. Let's go ahead and erase that. Okay. Pencil should be stronger. Something like that. That's all right. And ooh, look at what happens when I practice vertical strokes. Awesome. Awesome. Mm-hmm. Do, 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 do. And of course, I know I can just increase the size here, but I'm fooling around with this on purpose. Up. Actually, I wonder if there's a way to do it edit mode copy while still in draw mode. Okay, let's go to edit mode and we're going to select. Look at that. There's a bunch of crap on here. Delete, delete. Okay. Delete that one. What? How come I hit delete and then a menu pops up and it's like delete, delete? Makes sense to be able to make a erasure a brush because the typo pen kind of tool can be implemented now. Yeah, that's cool. Shoot, I only have 15 minutes now. All right, let's copy this, and we're gonna move. I forgot how to move it. Grab, I guess. Let's hit grab, and let's bring this guy down here. Okay, then we'll switch back to draw mode. So, question here is, okay, everything is working. Thanks. Is there, I was told, I guess you could say, I was told, that in order to cut and paste or copy and paste, I would need to go into edit mode every time. Is there a way to move, cut, and paste strokes while still in draw mode? Fortunately, there isn't a built-in. That would actually be a nice feature, a hotkey that you could set to switch to edit mode temporarily. It's like the quick erase. So you'd have a quick edit, so that way you could just you could select it to directly really on drummer press tab. Okay. Let's move very, very quickly. Consider preferences key map. Mode set, grease pencil modes. Edit toggle and single key. That's advanced. All right, let's see something here then. Let me try to do that. Tab. Tab. Oh, that's not too bad actually. Okay, it's good. I guess it makes sense to kind of actually learn grease pencil, right? If you're gonna use a grease pencil. Okay. So let's see what I was gonna. I forget what I was gonna write here. I was gonna write uh, ways to get red. Oh, red. I always have to squeeze on my stylus real hard though to be able to write stuff. Otherwise, I don't get any control. Red to go back to the where on the tip of my thumb here, and it's more of ledge. Back. Okay. Now if I switch, let's go ahead and we'll do like that. Then we'll switch to draw mode again. We'll hit Control S to save it. Awesome. Now we're cooking with gas. Now I only have 10 minutes, but that's okay. Threaten, bribe, nostalgia, romanticism, rivalry. What else? You get somebody to do something they want to do. What do you do it? What do you do? Are those the only ways? Rivalry is a thing specific to the story, though. Rivalry is acting on her dislike for Violet. So you can. Okay, well, Violet's been with me since I got back here, and um, if you don't want her taking your place, you better, kind of thing, or whatever. Or something like, you loved me once, why you don't you still love me, or something, something dumb like that. Threaten, bribe, nostalgia, man, this is rivalry. You can say coercion, but coercion is not a method. You coerce somebody by threatening them, or by bribing them, or by appealing to their nostalgia, appealing to their emotions, or whatever. So sorry, Mom, I'm gonna use AI again. I'm just gonna do it in the search though, real quick. What are different ways to get someone to do something they want to? See what comes up with. Okay. Digital project progress tracking, appropriate incentives. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what reward you could give Red. That's the thing. She was in hiding from the werewolves. Uh, what reward would she get? I mean, other than being with Max, maybe. I mean, that might be the only reward. Okay, emotional validation and compassion. Right, body doubling and supportive presence. Time management techniques. Positive reinforcement. Build relationships first. Avoid coercion. Um, yeah, this is just for. Okay, this is mostly for a game. So, the main villain is trying to convince. We'll call her an old girlfriend, friend, to go to the werewolf village, where uh, when she's been hiding out from them ever since a certain incident occurred. So I can only think of threaten, bribe, appeal to nostalgia, uh, appeal to romanticism, or appeal to her, um, or capitalize on her rivalry with another female. But I can't think of anything else. That might be all I can do, anyways. This is a general human nature thing, so it's just like I'm not expert at convincing. Chloroform, one of the suggestions AI gives you when you ask that. Chloroform, that's a thought. No, no, no. That would be if you're trying to abduct somebody. That's not making somebody do something. I'm talking about making somebody do something. Exploit guilt or responsibility. Invoke a shared secret or burden. Manufacture a false sense of safety. Use identity-based appeal. Leverage curiosity or mystery. Feign vulnerability. Turn the rivalry into a trap. Okay. That's kind of the same thing of what I was doing. I said, yeah, guilt or responsibility. Now, obviously, she's also a villain too, technically. So that means that uh, he's not going to guilt her into helping him. That's not the way that would work. A shared secret or burden that would fall under the romanticism thing because they had a they had a thing back in the day. Only you can clean it, or do you want me to handle it my way, or whatever? How to hide the body after someone? Yeah, I could ask that. Okay, so I have some ideas. Okay, and actually, I don't have any ideas. In fact, I'm just about out of time for part one, anyways. But ways to get ready to go back to the world village. Threaten, bribe, appeal to nostalgia. Like remember when the way things were before. Romanticism. Do you still love me? Rivalry. And Violet has been very, very helpful. Maybe that's going to be a big one right there. So I'm going to circle that. Let's circle that. I'm just using my mouse here. That's why it's so dark. Uh, threaten. Threaten might be a style with some things, but this is a possible romantic interest here. So I won't you won't threaten her either. Uh, then we have bribe. I'm not sure what he could bribe her with. Or I, here, let's no, we're gonna mark threaten through like that. Okay, we circled that. Bribe. I'm not really sure how to bribe her. It's not that she needs anything in particular, other than she wants to not be eaten by werewolves. So bribe is out. So these are the three things I'm gonna have to stick with here. And I hope you're happy, Bomb, because these the AI didn't come up with. Even when I asked afterwards about you know this is a record button, right? Yeah, automatic keying, right? Yeah. So I'm actually going to save this, and I am going to say, okay, we're going to work with that when I get back. So I want to thank everybody for watching, whoever was watching, and special thanks to Bomb for being funny and also being a little bit helpful. Uh, and I will see you in about an hour. So thanks, everyone. Thank you for watching part one.